Guys, I just want you to realize the Knicks have just beat the Boston Celtics for the second time away, on the road, in front of Boston, in the Garden. Wait, wrong Garden. The TD Garden. I don't care who you were, a Knicks fan, a Celtics fan, a casual basketball watcher, a diehard Knicks fan, a diehard New Yorker, a Knick hater, or just a basketball lover. Nobody really thought that the Knicks would be up 2-0. And it's weird too because it's like, how did they do it? In these last two games, the Celtics have led by 20 points, at least. And they've led by 20 points in the second half, like the third or fourth quarter. And then to miraculously lose both leads. But you know who I got beef with? All of New York owes Mikal Bridges an apology. And I understand, you gave up 5 picks and the guy averages 18 points a game, shoots like 42%, and isn't a three-point shooter he has been historically in his career. I don't care about that. You didn't trade for Mikal because he was a superstar. And if you thought he was a superstar, you haven't checked his career. You traded for Mikal because when Boston plays small ball, you have a better chance against them. And that's exactly what happened in the last two games. Mikal Bridges hits a clutch 3-point shot in game 1 to tie the game for the Knicks. Goes into overtime, gets a clutch steal for the Knicks. And now here we are in game 2. Mikal Bridges scores all of his 14 points in the fourth quarter and gets a game-saving block, deflection, whatever that last play was by Tatum. And I'm not really gonna stick here and stay on the Celtics, and I'm not saying the series is done, and to be honest with you, I'm not even a Knicks fan. But to lose your first 2 games in Boston, it's hard for me to believe that the Celtics are gonna win this series. I'm not jinxing the Knicks. I've just been watching basketball for a long time. The real question is, are the Knicks making it to the finals? Because the potential matchup for them in the conference finals looks to be the Pacers. And I feel like you have an answer for Siakam. I feel like you have an answer for all 5 players. And I feel like your offense for the Knicks matches up against the Pacers. They're not as good as the Pacers are in transition offense. But, I mean, they're still a top 5 offense in the league. The series with the Pacers last year was a long one. And it was only like that because of Brunson. And it was only like that because how many injuries the Knicks had. I mean, Randall was out, Josh Hart with an abdominal strain, and Brunson ending up with a broken hand. So I really like the chances for the Knicks to make it to the finals. And then, like, looking over the other side with Boston, I do know one thing for certain with Boston. I know that they're under new ownership, and I know new ownership does not want to pay the luxury tax that is Jrue Holiday's contract, Porzingis' contract, Jaylen Brown's and Tatum's contract. So we know for a fact that either Jrue Holiday or Porzingis is getting moved next year. But that was if the Celtics were gonna win a championship or at least make it to the finals. I actually don't know what the future of the Celtics is if they don't make it to the finals at least. I actually didn't consider them with how they've been performing all year. They have the best team in the East. So it's just weird that they're losing 2-0. I mean, there's going to be some serious conversations when we talk about Tatum. I've always had Tatum as a top 10 player, and I don't think that changes if they lose against the Knicks. But 2 terrible decisions down the stretch, game 1 and game 2. And I don't know if you guys remember, but Tatum had a historic game 6 against the Philadelphia 76ers. But Tatum, that criticism is coming. We know for a fact the Celtics are going to get worse next year, or at least they're going to miss Jrue Holiday or Porzingis. It's a very weird time after your first championship to start facing this much adversity in your career. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with the next one.